Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to do a doubles short serve. So in this video we're going to start off by talking about how to hold the shuttle and how you should stand when you're serving and what kind of grip you should be holding when you're serving, and lastly I'm going to give you some tips on how you can practice your serve. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to hold the shuttle. I've actually seen some players hold the shuttle like this, just like they're going to do a forehand serve. That's really difficult to serve because you probably end up hitting your hand as you're serving. So the correct way to do it is by using your thumb and then your index finger. Using the two fingers, you're going to pinch the shuttle, the top of the shuttle just like that. So not too far in either, so just on the outside, hold it like that and then place the shuttle in front. And the next thing you want to do is think about where to place the shuttle. So a common mistake I've seen is a lot of players like to put the shuttle right in the middle of the racket and try to hit. But if you go on YouTube and watch some professional players play, you see that where they hit the shuttle on the racket is actually the top corner here, right here. There's two reasons for this. So the first reason is on the top corners of the racket, the tension is much better and the tension is much higher. So when you have a higher tension, you can actually control the shot much easier. And the second reason I find is that when you put the shuttle here, it won't actually hit your hand when you're serving. I've seen a lot of beginner players put the shuttle all the way in the middle, and when they're serving, the racket would hit their hand and then that would mess up their serve. So think about putting the shuttle right at the top corner here and then serving. The second thing we're going to talk about is how you should be holding the racket when you're serving. So it's pretty obvious, the name says it's a backhand short serve, so when it's a backhand serve, you use your backhand grip. So when you're holding a backhand grip, basically you should be putting your thumb right at the back of the racket, pressing flat against the racket so you can push. Small tip, a lot of doubles players like to hold the racket a little bit higher on the grip than what you might be used to. Just a shorter racket, it's a little bit quicker and you'll be able to control the shuttle a bit better. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to position your racket. Best way to do this in the most effective way I find is to hold the racket in like a 45-degree angle. So common mistakes I've seen is some people like to hold the racket really flat, which used to be, a fault, or some people go the other way and try to go way too far and then hold it like this. And that's really hard to control. So for me, I like to find the middle between the two, so the racket looks like that. And that's easy to control, instead of dropping it this way or raising it way too high and you might get faulted. The next thing we're going to learn is how to position your feet when serving. So the conventional and the most popular way to do this is to put the same leg as your serving hand or the playing hand in front. So I'm a left-hander, so I'm going to put my left leg in front and then the right leg behind me. So like a small split stance, and then you're ready to serve. But if you want, you can try another way. I've seen players who serve with the 2 feet side by side and then getting ready to serve. So you can either go like this, or you can put your playing hand in front and then try to serve. And if you're a right-hander, it should be the other way around. Right foot forward, left leg behind you, and then ready to serve. The last thing is, I've seen a lot of people try to serve like this. It's a really long swing, and that's really hard to control. So keep the swing nice and short. So in front of you, and short swing. I'll show you how to do that. Keep the shuttle in the racket a little bit in front of you, and short swing. A good serve should be something that goes just over the tape and then goes down straight afterwards. So the shuttle should peak right where the tape is and then should go down afterwards. So then your opponent can't come forward and then tap the shuttle. So you want to make sure that they can't kill your serves. Where to hold the shuttle before you serve. I've seen a lot of players try to hold the shuttle really far and then try to serve. And that's really difficult because you don't know where you could contact, and a lot of the time they miss hit or it's not very consistent. So what I like to do is actually bring the shuttle quite close to the racket before I serve, and I'm ready, and then I'll serve. So what I like to do is, instead of having the shuttle and the racket really close to my body and you don't have much space to actually execute the serve, I like to bring the shuttle and the racket a little bit further out, so I have some distance from my body to where I'm going to hit the shuttle. So instead of keeping it right close to your body and trying to serve, bring it out a little bit so you have some space. Guys, another really important tip I can give you is pay attention to the angle of the racket and the shuttle before you serve. If the shuttle is facing really high like that, the serve is going to go really high off the tape or pop a lot. So you want to make sure if it goes really high every time you serve, turn the shuttle slightly forward and then serve, and then see what happens. And if that's a bit too much, then adjust a bit and then go up a little bit and then serve again. So some quick tips on how to practice your serve is you can find some shuttle tubes and then place them on different areas on the court where you want to serve to, and then try to serve as close to them as possible. So I'll show you some examples.